god. I recorded this song in membership, like I was saying. Not sure if you guys heard me, but I had to like what I basically did is that I was very unhappy with how like the sounded like, so I kind of had to re-record them. And I kind of re-recorded like a couple more layers for the screams that you guys heard in the breakdown. The screams that you guys heard in that cover, those were screams that I decided to add myself, because like when I was recording the song, it truly felt like a Bring Me the Horizon style breakdown. So I don't know if you guys are like really familiar with how Oliver Sykes sings or what his style of screaming is. I just really couldn't stop thinking about it. So that's why I decided to add like the like the, you know, like the build up, basically like the breakdown. I'm very proud of this cover. I'm really happy you guys liked it. Let me give you a class in like how covers work. Banzoin Hakka, the 3 steps on how to create a cover by Banzoin Hakka. Step number 1, sing song. Very efficient. Sometimes when you decide that you want to create a cover, the first thing you have to do is literally sing the song. And sometimes you might have perms for that song. Sometimes you might not have perms for that song. So this step 1 goes into 2 halves. So this is the step where we have perms. And we also have the other step where we don't have perms. And what happens from here? Oh, to the side. Oh, my bad. I was giving you like, you know, like those teachers that they're like looking up in the Zoom class and they're not paying attention to you. My bad. So, okay. We have step 1.1, 1.2. Sometimes when you sing a songy and you want to sing the song, you can have perms. And that's fantastic, because if you have the perms, that brings us to step 2. But when you don't have the perms, it kind of dies there. Sometimes you just have to sing it for yourself. That's very unfortunate. It has happened to me. So the first step of everything is sing the songy. If you want to sing the song, you're gonna sing it even without recording. You're just gonna like sing the song, and you're gonna be very happy, right? Because you have the perms, and you're like, oh my god, we have a perms. We're like singing the song, because like we're like cool and epic, and we're like learning how to sing the song, right? Because like that's basically how it goes. Step 1 is sing the song, right? If you don't have the perms, you're fucked, and there it dies. So we're gonna do like a little gravestone, little flower. Rest in peace, right? Because like no perms, you're fucked. Sometimes. Let me explain you something. Sometimes this step here might be saved. Sometimes this step can be saved. And let me tell you how. Sometimes this step can be saved. Sometimes they're like, yes, you can cover the song, but you're not allowed to use our instrumental. And that makes me even sadder. But guess what? We bring over the power of money. You see, the power of money makes the word move around. So you, Hakito, you with the power of money can make Banzoin Hakka go ahead and make more covers. Because the power of money allows you to like, you know, hey, I want to cover this song, but no, you're not allowed to use an instrumental. But can I commission an instrumental? And we're like, yeah. So guess what? That is step 1.2.3. You commission the instrumental. So you go ahead and you talk to a nice friend. Sometimes people are nice to you and they make the instrumental. Right? That's step 1.1.2, but it puts you back on track with step number 2. Step number 2, right? Step number 2, everybody. You guys are interested in that one. Like I said, we have step 1. We have step... Thank you so much for the money, Akiha. Thank you so much for that money, actually. Thank you so much for the money, Jax. All this is going to be directly injected into covers because we are together. Hakitos. We rise. We create more. Anyhow. And now with step 2 comes like the holy crap, we have perms. What do we do now? Step number 2, ladies and gentlemen, learn the song. If you're Banzoin Hakka, you don't learn the song. If you're Banzoin Hakka, you'll learn the song while you're recording. And what do you record with? You record with like multiple programs. Certain programs are called Reaper. Certain programs are called Audacity. I mean, if you have the audacity to use Audacity in 2023, you're pretty fucking epic, I'll be honest with you. But still, it is valid. It's still possible. Sometimes you can have multiple programs, you know? Yeah, sing song before learn, because you're like, okay, it's a nice song, and you sing it. You're like, no. Ooh, I want to cover this song, right? Like the first initial step is the idea. Second step is the learned song. But if you're Banzoin Hakka, you can go ahead and skip to step 4. You're gonna wonder, what's step 3? Step 3? It's gotta be cry. Because sometimes you realize that singing isn't that easy. Sometimes when you're learning the song, you're like, why am I doing this? Why did I ask for perms for this song? The song is impossible. Why did I even try to learn the song? But you know what? When you're powerful, you prevail. You prevail. You're like, you know what? Fuck this. And then if you're Banzoin Hakka, you're not gonna cry. You're not gonna have a dedicated step for crying. You're gonna skip step 3 and make it your step 3, which is record. And you're asking me, but Banzoin Hakka, how do you record without knowing the song? Very easy, my friend. Very, very easy. You see, sometimes when you're built different like me, you just open up your little program and you're just like, all right, I'm sitting down, I'm gonna create something. And then you sit down and you record it, right? Once all the process is basically done and you have the wonderful file, you talk to a person. You're like, hey, I have my lines here, and I would like you to help me do a cover. And then your manager, or in this case, yourself, you can reach out to a mixer. A mixer is usually someone that helps you make the cover sound better. You know, they basically help you with like mixing, mastering. They help you with timing, tuning. They help you with like, you know, sometimes vocal comping if you're not really confident in what you did. Sometimes it happens, you know? And you go to the mixer and you're just like, hey, here's my files. Please make this sound good. And they'll be like, okay. So what they'll do is they'll work black magic. They'll work their witchcraft. Which, let me tell you, this deserves a whole another page. Okay, what is the witchcraft of mixing? When you are a mixer, you grab the vocals, right? You grab the vocals, which is this file here. You grab the instrumental, and you put it all in one bowl. And the mixer themselves, what they do is that they take care of this sounding good, you know? Sometimes the mixer, they're very epic. Sometimes the mixers, they are like, holy crap, you sound so good. And sometimes like, holy crap, let me actually help you out. So when they mix the song, they actually go through different processes. For step number 1 for the mixing process. Step number 1, tuning. Right? Tuning. What is tuning? So when you sing melodies, you sing pitches, you sing tones, you stay on key, right? That is how you sing. You guys die, by the way. Freaking losers. Anyhow, when you sing, there is something called the pitch line, which usually in programs, it's something like this. Imagine that your voice is basically a piano. The notes you're singing are basically encoded into the shape of a piano roll. Sometimes certain singers, when the note is supposed to be here, they sing it here. Or they sing it here. Or they sing it here. Or they sing it here. The job of the mixer is to put it in its place. Like, click. What they do when they tune it is that they basically help you not reach certain notes, but they help you sound clean. You know, they basically help you sound clean. Everybody and their mom uses vocal tuning. And if you hate vocal tuning, go fuck yourself. Second of all, vocal tuning is very helpful because sometimes, even if you're the most cracked singer, there are just tiny little details that you really can't control when it comes to singing. You know? Sometimes there are certain things in the aspect of music that it's very hard to control. So what you do, sometimes, you know, the mixer is just like, I like how this part sounds, but you know what? I'm gonna split this note and maybe you can be a little bit higher here. So what they do is that they create an imaginary pitch line that basically helps you reach that note, and it helps you have the note in the cleanest way possible. Right. That is the first step, which is tuning, which is also known as magic. But keep in mind that if you're a bad singer, you're gonna be an okay singer. If you're an okay singer, you're gonna be a good singer. If you're a good singer, you gotta be a nice singer. If you're a nice singer, you gotta be oh shit, a very good singer. If you're a very good singer, you gotta be perfect. It basically goes like that. The level of skill you have when it comes to like certain like abilities, this kind of reflects in itself as well. Because sometimes beginners, they have a hard time when it comes to like recording a cover and stuff like that. No, it's not cheating. It's helping you. It's there for a reason. It's not cheating. Everybody does it. Even your mom, even Ariana Grande, everybody. Like all the singers you listen to the radio, they do it. Now we have timing. We're gonna go to the other screen here. What is timing? After tuning is done. After tuning is basically completed, you have a sound file here. And you have the original and you have the instrumental. This is the original. We gotta do it like OG. And this is the INST, which stands for instrumental. So what happens here is that your vocals here, which we're gonna go with Vox, not Akuma, vocal, which means voice. We're gonna grab this here, and you gotta align it. Sometimes you're early, sometimes you're late, sometimes you're right in the spot. So what happens here? What it does, it basically aligns it. So for example, if this part is early, you gotta like make it a little bit late, you know? If this part is late, you gotta like make it up a little bit early. So basically what it does, it helps you align for you to stay on beat. So for example, this is one beat, this is another beat, this is another beat, and you might be late this beat. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna stretch it. Sometimes this part is not as long. So we're gonna, you know, draw another squiggly line and help you reach that. You see what I mean, right? If you're late or early, this basically helps you correct your timing. Now, once timing and tuning is done, we're gonna go to mixing. So these are your time and tune vocals. This is the instrumental, and this is basically the original reference. What the mixer will do is that they'll basically be like, oh, this song has an effect in certain time, and this song has an effect in like this part. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and like replicate those effects with the current knowledge that the mixer has. Mixers are fucking epic, because you know what they do? They basically listen to the effect the song has and they recreate it by hand. So they basically add the seasoning. It's like, you know, you go ahead and like you grab like a nice like, you know, like pot, you add like the celery, you add the onion, you put like a little bit of like chicken salt here, you put like a little bit of like pepper. That is basically mixing. What they do is that they level your voice using compression. They limit your voice using a limiter. They make your voice moist by adding reverb. So what basically reverb does is that it adds moisture to your voice, so they can go ahead and they can basically make it blend with instrumental. So, you know, you basically go ahead and you add that moistness to your voice, and that is how you do it. You basically add that reverb and you put it there. And sometimes you can actually add like a bit of delay. You can add like other effects like auto-tune. It really depends on how creative you're feeling. Sometimes you can add vocal chops. It really depends on how you feel. That is the mixing process of everything. So you as a mixer, once you have the file, the final file, once you have like the final file, final for real this time, dot final, you master it. And what is mastering? You see. Let's make this a very easy to understand diagram. Sometimes some people are going to be listening to your nice little song in like one of those like, you know, crackly old radios. Sometimes they're going to be listening to your song on the AirPods that their mom bought them. That's an AirPod, by the way. Sometimes you're going to be listening to the song from the awful speaker on your phone. What does basically mastering does, it makes it even for every single device for it to have an enjoyable and optimized listening experience. So basically what mastering does is that it makes it equal so it sounds good. The best way to test one of your mixes is you go into your car, you grab an USB. I mean, if you have like a car with USB, you grab the USB, you plug it in, click, and you listen to the mix in your car. That's like the best way to know if your mix sounds like shit. If your mix sounds like shit, well, do it again. If it doesn't sound like shit, cool. Make sure your mix always looks like a freaking brick, because we hate dynamics in this house. If your mix looks like this, like yeah, my mix looks like this, it has a bit of like, no, it has to look like a freaking wall. It needs to look like a wall. If your mix looks like a wall, it's fucking good. If it doesn't look like a wall, it's ass. I'm gonna get destroyed by mixers here. They're like, oh, Hakka, you're stupid. You're spreading misinformation. Yeah, fuck you. Okay. Once the mix has been done, and you have the final master mix, this is like final point 2. Yeah. You have the final mix. And what do you do with that? You thought it was step by step. No, little guy. When all this is happening, you also can contact your artist. You're like, you go to our lovely website X, right? We love X. And you're just like, artist. And you look at them. And you hit the follow button. You follow them, right? You click them. And you're like, dear artist, I want to commission you. And you just send them a message. You're just like, yes, I want to commission you because I like your style, and I think your style would look very good with my song. So what happens here? In the general case of things, you will commission them. You'll give them money. They give you art. It's simple as that. It's a simple transaction. But sometimes it can scam you, and then I'll give you the art. And that's where we bring the second tool, the shotgun. If the mixer doesn't give you if the artist doesn't give you the drawing, you have full permission to shoot them. Anyways, once you have the art and you have the mix, it comes to the last step of the process. You get the MV artist, the motion graphic person, the animator. What does the animator exactly do? Well, you see, you thought all this was like black magic? No. This is nothing compared to animation. This is nothing compared to motion graphics. Let me actually find a nice spot here so I can explain you. Motion graphics. So you have your mix here. Let's put the final for F. And then you go ahead and you have your art here. Usually on PNGs or a full illustration with a background. You know, very, very cool looking here. You're like happy. And you also have a dog. Once again, you go to our lovely website X and you send them a message. You're just like, dear animator, I love the jiggle physics you added on the boobs of this person that made a cover. I would like to go ahead and commission you for the same purpose of you to make everything that I have jiggle. Because my mom gave it to me for a reason and I have to use it. And they're like, okay, I can do that. And guess what? Money. You give them money, they give them playable video. You give them playable video. You give them playable video, and then playable video goes to YouTube. With all the video, you gotta grab a section of the video, and you gotta make a thumbnail. No, like not this type of thumbnail, like not this one, but this one. Like, you know, like the one that goes like. This type of like thumbnail. No, it's not Among Us. What the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, this type of thumbnail. You give them the thumbnail. And then when thumbnail, you click upload video. You click upload video, and then profit. Then, if you're me, you make ZATSUDAN. After, make people happy. Make people happy, they give you money. Thank you. How could I forget the step of the whole recording process? Sometimes when you're learning the song, which, you know, it's usually something normal people do. How could I forget this? Sometimes when you're recording the song is separated in multiple layers. So we got like layer 1 here, layer 2, layer 3. And sometimes this is the mains. We gotta put with M. Then we gotta do like H for harmony. And we gotta do A for ad-libs. Hold up. And then once we have the A for ad-libs, what we do is that we basically separate them. So yeah, exactly like an onion. We're like onion. We have a bunch of layers. So what I do is that I do a recording of this specific layer. I do a recording of this specific layer. And I do a recording for this specific layer. Like usually the main one, I don't do it because it's kind of easy to listen to. But if needed, I will. And sometimes that, depending on who you sing with, it has to be on different octaves. So what an octave is when you have something. And you bring it down 8 steps. No, 12 steps. That's an octave. Yeah, I know, octave's 8. But actually, an octave, it's 12. You would assume an octave is like 8 notes, right? But no, it's actually 12 semitones. It's 8 notes, but 12 semitones. Basically, on the scale, you want to drop it like, for example, sounds like na 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 na, and then you bring it down like na 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 na. That's usually like, you know, like semitones. But if you grab like 12 of those little puppies, you move them 12 steps. You put them down. It's like na 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 na. Yeah. Isn't it churching semitones? It's 12. I think the one that it starts, it doesn't count, I think. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But yeah, that's basically how you do octaves. But hey, let me tell you something funny. The harmony, that is a whole different thing. The harmony is the intervals. You transpose it, correct. That's the correct term. You transpose the pitch, the key of the song. Or you transpose like, not the whole song, but you basically transpose like the specific octave of the main harmony. Yeah. Yeah, it's 12. So a harmony, it's basically the main note and the interval of it. So for example, the main note's gotta be like, but if you move that 2 steps, it's gotta be a second. It's like, so, they're gonna harmonize together. And then, if you wanna make a 5th, you gotta go like, so, they're gonna harmonize together. Because they're basically intervals of the same note. So basically, yes, the harmony is the jelly up to the peanut butter. Because what it does is that it helps you glue everything up. So it sounds good. Not everything's gonna have a harmony. There's usually located on like pre-choruses or like choruses of the song. But it's basically like the way you do it. But yes. And also the ad-libs, that's usually the layers of the background. Which guess what? They also have mains and harmony. So there's a lot of work put into covers. There's a lot of work put into covers. Yes, I know all this, but I still can't resheath music. I'm a freaking disappointment. Like this? What the fuck is this? Like, me? What is this? What is this? What is that? Like, what the fuck is this? Don't show me that. I don't know how to read it. Because I'm stupid. And guess what? I'll learn. Someday I'll learn. Someday I'll be able to tell you this, the funky squiggly lines of the pentagram that you put. That's a staff. I don't fucking know. See? Exactly. Exactly. You guys want to take a look at the project I did for my roar? This is how the project looks like. All this I record for music. This is how music looks like naked. This is without any processing. This is without any timing tuning. It's just my raw vocals. 好きなもので満たしたいだけ世界トップクラスで 世界と伝えけど役に立たない牙と爪誰にバレたって帰る牙はね何語かわからない言葉で読めろ Okay, right? That's how it sounds raw. But let me show you how it's... That's how it sounds raw. But let me show you how it sounds all cooked up. Hold up. Hold up. And that's how it sounds like. Basically with effects, with reverb. There's a lot of reverb in it because like the ambience of the song kind of like asks for it. It's super moist. Unless I'm actually sending this to another... Why is there so much reverb? Huh? Anyhow, yeah, that's basically how my project looks like. And that's kind of how like the music kind of works out. Yeah. The Banzoin Hakka starting voice pack! That's right, baby. The Banzoin Hakka starting voice pack. Starting voice Banzoin Hakka merch list. It's basically a Banzoin Hakka beautiful and amazing voice pack that gives you a self-introduction, a good morning voice, and it gives you a good night voice as well.